Hey Internet, today I'm going to give you a sneak peek inside my new home. This is Larry the Lorry. It's a Renegade 2023 Verona LE and the floor plan is a 38 LDG, so he's 38 feet long. Let's go. It's a mid-entry, so when you come in, the living space is to the right and then the bathroom and bedroom is to the left. So on this side is the kitchen stuff and on this side is the living room stuff. We have a residential fridge freezer, which is fantastic because there's plenty of space for food in here. Bottom half is the freezer. It has an ice maker, which we haven't tested yet, but we will do later. Then microwave, which is actually a convection oven microwave, so I got to figure out how to use that. Apparently you can bake things in it. Not a lot of counter space, but at least for the stove top you get these covers, so if you need counter space you can cover the stove. This is a fully electric rig, so no more propane, so we don't have to worry about propane or go get it filled. Sink has covers as well, but we stash those there because we use the sink a lot. And we're figuring out where we're storing what. So right now, plates and bowls and stuff are up here. And then using the various drawers here for cutlery, knives, glasses and cups. We're big coffee lovers in this house, so we have a whole drawer dedicated to tea and coffee. Our Ninja Foodie actually fitted under the sink, which is fantastic because we were a little bit worried we wouldn't be able to bring that one with us. That's the kitchen space. It's pretty compact. I absolutely love the backsplash, the hexagon tiles. Hexagon bestagon. This is our television. It swings out pretty good. And it has a soundbar built in and it's amazing. It's really good. Somehow there's like mega bass coming from somewhere. The only thing about this is you got to remember to store it before the slide comes in. So there's two slides here. The kitchen's on a smaller Schwintek slide and then the main couch and dinette is on a bigger electric slide. Having the two opposing slides makes it feel a lot more roomy in here. You're seeing the driver's seat, the passenger seat. Those swivel around. Haven't figured that out yet. There's a lot of things to figure out with a new rig. This is like over the cab and it actually is a bed, so you could sleep up here. There's a little television up there and a nuke up there, and then they give you like this ladder. We haven't quite figured out what we're going to do with this space. I think we're going to need it for storage, but we also don't want to clutter up here so that it looks nice and clean. You get these nice curtains. And then, oh, there's cat stuff everywhere. Then, when you want to go somewhere, you know, you just casually in the morning, you have your morning coffee, maybe sit on the couch, watch some telly, and hop in the driver's seat and off we go. It's actually one of the cool things about changing to a Super C. We wanted to be able to speed up how quickly we could go places and come back. And this is going to mean that we won't have to hook up a fifth wheel and go through all of that. We'll still have things we need to do, but it should simplify it a bit. Yeah, he's nice. We like Larry. There's like cat blankets and stuff everywhere because we're trying to help them figure out what spaces they want. Hey Fanta, what do you think? Yeah, you like your new home? Close this. So that's the front cab area and the overhead bunk bed. I'll throw in a little b-roll of what it looks like in the various modes. We haven't actually played around with it yet, so we're going to do that later today. This is the couch. Honestly, like one of my favorite parts of the whole thing because it's a little bit bigger. So there's plenty of space for two people to hang out. It's electric, which I don't really care about electric, but it does at least fold out nice. Hello. You gonna hang out with me? It also has a nice, excuse me, armrest, cup holder, little tabletop, cat bed. He just wants to take a nap. He's all over me. I gotta film the video. I'm stuck. I'm gonna have to take a break. Alright, mister. Let's go. Alright, let me just deposit the cat right here. The cats are settling in well anyway, that's for sure. The blinds are a little tricky. Sometimes they want to stay down, sometimes they don't. It's got night mode, so that'll completely black out. And then day mode, which gives you a little more privacy and a little bit of shade. I'm not a huge fan of these valances. I feel like they kind of encroach on the space a little bit, so I might tinker with removing those. Check this out. Look at that. How cool is that? So all of these overhead cabinets, they have like these magical hinges that just stay open wherever you put them at, and then you don't slam them. It's the little things. Then over here is the dinette, which also has storage underneath. So right now we have bowls and pots in here. Shout out to 5 to Go for recommending these pots. They stack nicely and the handles can be separated from the main pot, so it makes it much easier to store them. This dinette also converts into a bed, so the surface drops down and there's some extra cushions that you can put across. We're never going to use it for that, so we're probably going to play around with getting it set up as both a workstation and keeping it that we can eat a meal at it as well. So I think we'll end up getting like a monitor to go here that will store sideways when you want to eat, and then you can swing it out when you want to work. Then back here is the bedroom bathroom area. As you come through this corridor, on the left is a washer and dryer. So we have a washer and dryer again, which is great. Very happy about that. And it doesn't shake too bad. It's very well installed. It's very sturdy. Washer underneath. And then let's open that fully. And then dryer up top. Over on the other side is the control panel. So this does everything from lights to monitoring your electrical system to temperature management, or do you want to heat up the place or cool it down. Slides can be controlled from this as well. There's also a phone app. There's a bunch of control panels everywhere in each room that you can control lights and that specific zone. But this is where you can basically do everything. And we're in the middle of reinstalling our Ring alarm system. We had that on the 5th wheel, so we're putting that on here as well. And to the left is the sink area. There's tons of storage in here. I think there's more bathroom storage in this one than we had in our old one. We were actually putting some of the stuff that we normally would have put in the kitchen, like cleaning products and all of that, here in the bathroom. And that has freed up the kitchen for food and cooking stuff. It's got a nice medicine cabinet, plenty of storage shelves. We also have a good space now for our mega first aid kit, so we're prepared for any scenario. Then on this side is the bathroom and shower. We're still getting used to the split bathroom shower, which is there's a little bit of shuffling, like we got to change our routine a bit, but it's good. The toilet and the shower. The toilet's pretty fancy in here too. In the fifth wheel, we had like a pedal one, so there was like a pedal on the right hand side, and then you would hold that down to fill it with water and then flush it. Whereas this one here has some fancy buttons because it's a macerating toilet. We don't have a full macerator system, but the toilet is a macerator one at least, so if we want to get that set up, it'll be really easy to do. So it does all the magic and chops everything up. So yay. It's a corner shower, working great. A little smaller than we're used to, but it's fine. As you can see, we're using it to store the cat litter. We can't let cat litter get down the drain here and into the tanks. It'll just sit at the bottom, and that would just be terrible. So we're kind of trying to come up with ways to, this is a little silicone mat, stops grit getting down, but it means we have to clean it out every time you want to take a shower. I'm not 100% sure this is going to be the solution that works for us. So if you have cats in a small motorhome where you don't really have a whole lot of floor space for a litter box, let me know what you've come up with as a solution, because I'd love your ideas. So drop a comment with where you're putting the cat litter and how it's working out for you. So bathroom. Then if I come into the bedroom, got a nice big king bed, overhead storage, plenty of closet space, television in the bedroom too. We've just kind of shoved clothes in here. We have a little bit more to do with how we're going to organize it exactly. Backpacks in this one. I don't know where we're going to put them. Our laundry cat. One cool thing about the bedroom, we have 100-gallon water tank capacity, and Renegade actually stored that under the bed. Ta-da! It's actually 2 tanks. The water pump is in here as well, so if we don't have water hookups, then we can turn on the pump and it will directly pump the water from here through the house. I like having the storage space under the bed, but to be honest, being able to see what's going on with the water tanks, that's actually a pretty big plus. So I think I prefer this. That's it, really. Yeah. It's a downsize for us, but considering that this is going to be a home space and then everything for the motorcycles, for the race setup, for going to the track, that's all going to live in the trailer. I think that this will work out better for us, and it's really cozy. I'll show you around the outside. Larry is what's called a Super C. What makes him super is the chassis. It's a much heavier duty chassis than the smaller ones that you would see on Class Cs. This is the Freightliner M2, so he's a big truck. That slide that you're seeing is the living room slide. So on the left side of it is the couch, and on the right side of it is the dinette, as you're looking at it here. There's a bunch of storage bays underneath. Some of them hold components, some of them are empty storage bays. That's another thing that sets the Super C apart, because it's built on a much bigger chassis. You have a lot more bay storage. In this first one is the battery compartment. So on the left you see this is the engine battery, and then here is our lithium battery setup. It's going to be so great for boondocking or spending the weekend at a track. That's that bay. And then next door to it, a box containing our poop hoses, which I'm sure you love seeing. So you can see the solar charge controller in the top right. We have the servo, so you can monitor it from the inside or from the app. Then you've got the Victron MultiPlus 3000, so it's a battery charger, inverter, transfer switch. This does everything. And then the next 2 compartments are tanks. So this is a grey tank. So this stores all the water from the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink, the shower. These are also heated, so if it's cold, the stuff won't freeze down here. That's the black tank bay. You can see you attach the tube here, and then it runs out a little porthole down into the park sewer system. Next to that is our wet bay. So this is where we have our water filter, all of our valves, for dumping black tank, grey tank, flushing black tank, the fill. There's an extra if you want to run a hose here, the low point drain. The water hose here is on a reel, which is pretty cool, except it's kind of awkward because it gets caught here as it's reeling in. So I think we're going to want to add rollers here just to make that a little smoother as it's coming in and out. In this compartment is a beast of a generator. This is an Onan QD8000, so it's a diesel generator. So it runs off the diesel tank. The water heater, which we'll see on the other side, also runs off of diesel and electric. And all of these things use the main diesel tank, so we only have to fuel up one tank to serve the water heater, the generator, and the engine itself. And back here, surge guard, the power reel, the porthole the power reel comes out of, which is great. You just have like nifty button here to reel the power in. I really like that feature because in the fifth wheel we'd have to manually coil up the power cord, and like a 50 amp power cord is chunky, so if it's cold or anything, like it will not bend. It's really hard. That's the utility side. This is the back. I love that the side of the slide walls are painted as well. Another cool thing is this bumper here is detachable, so if we get a bump or something happens or we hit the trailer off here, this is replaceable and you don't have to replace the whole back molding of the motorhome. Coming around to the main front side, so if I stand back you'll see that's the kitchen slide, and there's tons of storage on this side. This is the central vac. It's where you empty the bag and turn it on and off. This is probably the biggest storage bay. It actually has not a complete pass-through, but it goes quite deep, as you can see. Comment below if you recognize what this is and what might be in this bag. My little garden transferred over, of course. I wouldn't be anywhere without that. Then underneath here, this is where the Aqua-Hot is. It heats both the hot water and the central heater. So I gotta learn about that because I'm not familiar with that. Big storage here. You can see some of our moto gear in there for now. And then one last bay. And then on this side, there's also a television. This opens up and you can see a nice telly. We really haven't organized any of these bay storages, so that needs to get figured out now. We have stuff in storage, we have stuff that needs to come from here and go to storage, stuff that needs to come from storage to go to here, so it's a, hence the U-Haul van, it's a whole back and forth. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough. I'll keep you posted on some of the changes and upgrades and little things that we do to make it even more of our home. If you're a Renegade owner, drop me a comment, say hello. I can't wait to meet more people. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one, Internet.